What terrifying secret was hidden behind my husband's romantic weekend surprise? After 15 years of marriage, extravagant surprises simply weren't David's style. To us, romance meant curling up on the couch, hoping the kids wouldn't interrupt our movie every few minutes. That's why I immediately felt something was wrong when he suddenly announced he'd booked us a luxurious weekend at an oceanfront resort 3 hours from home. I watched him carefully as he packed. He even reached for the expensive cologne he'd received as a Christmas gift 2 years earlier, but had never once used. "What's the special occasion?" I asked. He forced a smile without looking at me. Can't a husband spoil his wife once in a while? His answer didn't convince me. The resort looked incredible. Beautiful ocean views, elegant rooms, couples massages. Everything seemed designed for romance. But David never relaxed. During the drive, he kept checking his phone, stepping away to answer calls he insisted were urgent work matters. When we finally arrived, he wouldn't even let me come inside during check-in. He handled everything himself while I waited in the car. A few minutes later, he returned, flashing 2 key cards. "Room 247, he announced with a smile that felt painfully rehearsed. That evening only deepened my suspicions. During dinner, he constantly glanced toward the lobby. 3 separate times he excused himself, claiming he needed to respond to important work emails. When I suggested taking a peaceful walk along the beach, he suddenly remembered he'd forgotten his jacket upstairs and hurried back to the room instead. By then, I knew something wasn't adding up. The following morning, David jumped into the shower while I reached for his laptop, planning to check the weather before breakfast. Instead, I discovered the truth. His browser history was still open. Henderson County Superior Court divorce proceedings. How to legally serve divorce papers. Surprise romantic getaway divorce. Requirements for serving spouse. My entire body went cold. With shaking hands, I kept scrolling. Then I found emails between David and his divorce attorney. Every detail had already been planned. The luxury vacation wasn't meant to save our marriage. It was designed to end it. The lawyer had advised bringing me somewhere far away from family and friends so I would be isolated when a process server arrived with divorce papers. According to them, it would avoid an emotional confrontation at home and make everything cleaner. The shower was still running. I quickly captured screenshots of every page and immediately sent them to my sister. When David finally stepped out, towel wrapped around his waist, he froze. I was sitting quietly on the bed. His laptop rested open beside me. "Nice shower?" I asked calmly. The color drained from his face. "Sarah, I can explain." I looked directly at him. "Please do explain how pretending to give me a romantic vacation before serving me divorce papers was supposed to be romantic." He slowly lowered himself into a chair, suddenly looking far older than 52. "My lawyer thought it would make things easier, less complicated." I laughed. Not because it was funny, because I couldn't believe the cruelty. "You honestly believed trapping me 3 hours away from everyone I trust would somehow make this less messy? You don't understand." "I understand perfectly," I interrupted. "You wanted me alone, vulnerable, and completely unprepared when someone showed up to officially end our marriage." I paused before asking the question that mattered. "When exactly were they supposed to arrive?" "During our couple's massage, while we were eating dinner." His silence answered everything. I quietly closed the laptop and stood. "Here's what's going to happen. I'm checking out. I'm driving home. And whenever you're finally ready to have an honest adult conversation about ending 15 years of marriage, you can do it without manipulating me first." He rushed toward me. "Sarah, wait." I picked up my suitcase. 15 years together. And this is really how you wanted our story to end, following some heartless strategy your lawyer invented. Just before I reached the door, he spoke one final sentence. "The papers are already being served at the house today, just in case." I turned around one last time. "I guess your romantic getaway worked after all. Just not the way you expected." I drove straight home. The process server had already come and gone. Waiting inside was my sister with a bottle of wine and the phone number of the most respected divorce attorney in town. David spent $3,200 trying to stage the perfect ending. My attorney's $5,000 retainer made sure I was ready to write a much better new beginning.